You gave the bottle a spin, then sat back down and waited, feeling giddy. Your classmates weren't a bad-looking bunch. You would stay awake thinking about it later, no matter who you kissed. But you were lucky. When the bottle stopped, it was pointing at Ashido, and you had a big thing for Ashido. Truth be told, you were only playing because she had asked everyone to. You had seen the excitement in her eyes, and it was infectious. You doubted she saw you in that way, but that didn't mean you weren't going to enjoy the moment.
"Ah, no way!"
she squeaked with delight.
"Yay! Oh, let's do this, sweetie!"
She was on her feet in a flash. The fact she was so eager stunned you solid. You wanted to think her eagerness stemmed from wanting to kiss you specifically, but then again, you couldn't let your heart dream so much. She was probably just happy to get the ball rolling. In the time it took you to get out of your daze and then try to stand up to greet her, Ashido dashed across the circle to you, slid onto her knees, and then wholeheartedly jumped on top of you, knocking you flat onto your back with her legs either side of your middle. As she grinned down at you, and you stared back in euphoric shock, you got one of the closest looks at her eyes you had ever managed. They were 100 shades of black, with the most beautiful golden irises watching you closely. She smiled and laughed, cupping your face in her hands as she pressed down on top of you to get closer. She really was beautiful. As her lips pressed to yours, you found yourself tangling your hands in her hair. She was so soft. One hand stayed tangled in the back of her hair, while the other ran down her spine to nestle on the small of her back. You were shocked by your own actions. Mentally, you were high-fiving yourself, but you also couldn't believe your own gall. Ashido broke the kiss to look at you. Her smile had slipped, but she was regarding you with an inquisitive expression. It was such a heated gaze that you couldn't help but blush. And when she saw that, another smile broke onto her face. It was not a cheeky grin like her usual, but a genuine heartfelt one that made your chest warm. She leaned in and kissed you again, but this time she was slower, holding the sides of your face as her fingertips tickled your hairline. She opened her mouth and took dominance over you, but it was patient and relaxed, coaxing you to respond to her when you hesitated. You would have stayed beneath her for the rest of the night had the others not interrupted you, saying to move over to let everyone else play the game. Ashido broke away with you with a grin, and though it was hard for anyone else to see because of the colour of her skin, you were close enough to see that she was blushing. She placed one final peck on your lips, then got off you, offering you a hand to help you up. She pulled you all the way up to your feet, then without taking her eyes off you, she said to the others, "We're gonna sit the next few rounds out. Carry on without us." She flashed you her trademark cheeky grin, clutching your hand tight.